All right, chat. Thank God he's gone. Wow. Now we can really just get to leaking. What do you guys want to know? I have most of the intel. I don't have all the intel. Any Vegas rumors? Oh, yes. Vegas, or yes, they are making a change for sure. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is. I don't know how many they're gonna make. I hope it's multiple. I hope it's like four. I hope it's three, and I hope Kicks comes back. That's what I actually hope for. Cloud9. Do we have any Cloud9? I don't think so. I think Cloud9's sticking. You got to keep in mind, and what normally happens in roster mania changes is like if one person makes a change, then it could potentially like another team could go, oh shit, maybe we should get that guy. But I don't think C9's changing from what I have. Don't think Thieves is changing. What teams did Tom give you guys? Okay, so obviously not FaZe or Thieves or Ultra or Surge, right? None of them are changing. Uh, Nothing on Breach, no idea. Got no information on that. Miami is obviously TBD if one of their players gets stolen, but other than that, I don't think so. Cloud9, I don't think so. Rocker obviously are. LAG obviously are. I think Lens is up out of there. Vegas for sure. Who else? Breach, no idea. Texas for sure. And now Kenny to the Ravens apparently. Can you explain how Hupact OpTic is bad? I mean, I think it's a fine change if you want to get online wins, which really, I mean, isn't even a bad idea if they want online wins. But I think a two-man change for something fresh and new is the way to go. Because I think you get stuck in this like cycling dynamic. Like, I mean, Chassis and Dashi obviously are the two that you're going to build around. If you're just constantly cycling players that it's not a new environment, and it's been proven clearly that environment didn't work for whatever reason. I'm not saying it's Huke's fault or whatever, but I just think in the situation they're in now, they just have to make a two-man, like a legit blow it up to where their dynamic is completely new and fresh. I think that will give them the best success. I can't believe Ben really called y'all sheep. That's crazy. I don't think he meant it. I know in the moment Ben gets heated and says stuff. I don't think he actually meant it, but it is actually insane. Just think about that. That was what he fucking said. That is insane. Y'all could have had the craziest comeback to him though, if you were like, yeah, that's what you think, but we're just a bunch of like wolves in sheep's clothing. That would have been fire. That would have been y'all's angle for sure. That would have shut him down. See, that's what I don't understand. You guys say something like that was corny, right? But then when Clayster got dropped and he's like, you know, throw me to the wolves, I'm gonna come back leading the pack or whatever. Like that shit's hard. That shit's really cool. I feel like it's on the same level. You guys are just inconsistent. That's my opinion. You're very inconsistent with how you judge things in the community. No, but I do have something we can talk about.
What?
COD Champs 2015.
I'm not talking about that ever again.
Why? I mean, just talk to me. Like, in your head, do you think we stood a better chance without the GAs or with?
Without or wait, with sorry.
With the
I'm like,
GAs, right?
yeah. In hindsight, yeah,
So did you just
100%.
have like a Benjay crash out? Like just heat of
I
the
did, I
moment, you didn't
did.
even. You're just like,
I
all
thought
right,
I was him, bro, and they were more him
dude.
with those
I
things.
couldn't believe it, bro. I was getting IMR'd and a melee'd and
Hey, you got it was 3 versus 1. You could have overridden it.
nah, bro. Because I had
I
done,
respect it though. You guys followed me up regardless of your
bro.
like.
The problem was I had done so much convincing, like pre-match. I'm talking about like
I know.
gaslighting, convincing. Like I was doing everything in my power to get them to agree, and and
We
then they
might have had
did.
we might have had another ring, man.
Bro, I really think I know JCap and Clay they disagree, but we matched up against that denial team really fucking
Pretty
good.
good, huh?
And if Enable was playing like how he played on Saturday in that final, I think we win
Yeah,
that, bro.
we were all kind of godlike on Saturday.
Sure.
I actually miss AW. That game was fun.
Did you like the ASM one better? I know Tom. If Tom was here, he would be like the ASM one
Yeah.
meta was got. I like the all bow, man. I
Nah,
don't.
I like someone. I was a sub.
Yeah, I know,
I
but
was a sub in that game. It was so fun. I ran good. I ran both well because I started obviously I started off the year on Bow, and then when I went to Epsilon with like Royalty, Naga, Remy, I was AR obviously.
that was the second half of the year, right?
Yeah, it was after I got out of the gutter with Team Caliber. The only reason I got on their team was because they were at the bottom of the league or something like that, and Squani ended up leaving, and I was good friends with Naga and them, so I joined them. and then they reset the league because of the DDoS attacks. You remember that?
Yeah, bro, it wasn't just AW. I was actually thinking about that the other day. The amount of like DDoSing in general, like when people were on Skype and like how they could get IPs off Skype, like that doesn't really happen anymore, but that shit was so prevalent. That was happening like every week it felt like back then.
Bro, I like how there's a whole bunch of like Twitters and like Tommy's community that's just digging up a bunch of nostalgia clips
Oh, I
from
know, I
like the
love
old
that guy.
days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's the recent one was hilarious. It was like me and Killa in Xbox party, and he was roasting me or something like that. And he was like, "All right," he's like, "I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna mute up when you're done roasting me. I'll unmute." Oh my god, dude!
Yeah,
The
your
arguments
guys'
that me and
scrim
Killa
was
used to
must have
get
been
into was so
horrible.
funny.
Why did Rick not like Rick took Killa's side? Like that was the most surprising part about that clip is Rick was like, "Shut up, Haggy."
I mean, I was always a punching bag, but that's because I always dealt it to my teammates. So like, whenever they would get an opportunity to like you give it back to me, they would just like let me have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. You guys had a funny dynamic for sure. Um, yeah, I don't know how to pronounce what is his Twitter. YNLez? Is that what it is?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
back for a bit.
I still remember. I mean, MW3. You didn't play a lot until like the second half of the year, but MW3 was one of my favorite games because there's just so much nostalgia from there outside of the comp. Like, it was like my first time traveling to Europe. It was fucking like the montages back in the day, the Deserto or whatever, like would make montages with the EU communities, and they did one like
Yeah,
worldwide.
that was
Those were
DeSerto's
super
come up.
sick. Yeah, those were super sick.
Wait. What do you mean I didn't play until the end?
I remember
That's
didn't you like
no.
not play for a period of time because it was dead?
Yeah,
Like the MLG
everyone
circuit was
quit
dead?
after the beginning. But hold on, let's not
Yeah,
act
yeah,
like I
yeah.
was just something serious in the beginning. That was when do you remember Weekly Warfares?
Yeah,
The
I
MLG
wasn't
like
old enough to
online show
play.
matches? What? No, not the COD XP. The
Well, either
MLG Weekly
way,
Warfares.
I don't remember. I don't remember if I played in those. I might have. I was
You
playing.
had to. It was like all the teams.
I played.
Like,
I was playing with Too Quick, Damon,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Apathy. That was
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
team.
Yeah, because I know so there's one on YouTube where it's us against OpTic, and it's when like Seth was on LVG at the start, and then
Yeah,
on
yeah.
map 3 he was on OpTic. Like we literally had a roster change mid fucking
Mid weekly
weekly
warfare.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean Damon's in my chat. He probably doesn't remember,
I
but
don't remember the weekly warfares. It was so early.
Damon, I've never said anything stupid, man. Ever in any time I've ever been on any flank stream, anything. Damon, what roster changes y'all got cooking up?
Good
Damon,
pads, good angle.
this is a stream to discuss Rostermania, actually.
Damon's back. Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, shit, someone's gotta do something. Damon, just tell me, and you can say it in like a code word that only I would get. Is it a one-person change or a two-person change? No pressure. Everyone here is not leaking outside of this chat.
Outside of all 2,500 people in the chat.
Yeah, it's a tight-knit community, man. We've been here a long time. Oh, Damon, I'm on your wavelength. Okay, Rebecca Black, most popular song is Friday. We'll have the roster announcement on Friday. Damon, we're on the same wavelength right now. Love it. Okay, so OpTic roster announcement on Friday.
I mean, all these teams have a week.
Bang!
So
That's
Friday-
an exclusive. Damon, we
Friday
gotta
is-
get you one of these.
Friday is definitely not out of the realm of possibility. We'll know by the end of the week because teams are gonna have to start scrimming for the next split. Wait, hold on. Did you guys know?
Thursday.
I didn't know it was this close, but did you know we're going to an event every month for the next
Yeah.
3? 4?
Yeah.
You might be going to an event every month. I will not be in Kitchener.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say this, Ben. I'll go to the next 2. I'm not going to Champs.
You guys don't want to go to a random city in fucking Ontario?
No.
Nope.
But
Best
Escort
and worst COD Pro roommate. So it's funny enough, the same person is the answer for both questions. The best and worst roommate I ever had was Adam Assault. He fit both categories depending on the event.
Why?
I still talk to Adam. I still talk to Adam about the story about where he came home he came back to the hotel blackout drunk and tried using your mattress as a blanket. Do you remember that?
Bro, no, yeah, he literally like tried to lay on the bottom of the bed frame and under the mattress. It was insane.
He was so fried. Oh, that story's funny because I just pictured it in my head.
I still don't know how we got second at CWL Vegas at the start of IW, the launch event, because that was the event that
I gotta bounce now.
about. So Gandhi did like this Halo series where he like basically told the history of competitive Halo from like 2002, the very start.
Yeah.
And the one thing I have thought about doing content-wise was that, just because I mean I've been here since the fucking beginning. It would basically be like from 2000 to 7, 8. And I might have to get some people on for like the early days of COD 2, like Nameless, just because I was only playing pubs then. But doing like a history series and going through everything that really happened from start to finish, maybe to like basically end of BO4. I think everyone that's in the community now started probably around Modern Warfare 19 at latest. Um, I don't know how I would break it up, but maybe do like a one episode on like live and then just upload on YouTube. But
Yeah, that'd be
um,
cool.
I feel like, dude, and I've complained about this for so long, and I don't necessarily blame people that are working on the product now, but I do blame people for not having saved enough of history that can be shared now, because what I've noticed is there's so many new fans. It's not their fault, but there's so many new fans that just have no idea on the history of COD, and like
Well, yeah, a lot of
resources
people,
for
some people
that
don't even know
information is
how good
so
certain
rare.
players were in like these eras.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think it'd be super nostalgic and fun for those, those people that have been around that long. But I think it'd be like a really eye-opening experience for people who weren't. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is there's so much stuff that was on the MLG forums and the MLGpro.com. You remember when MLGpro.com had the video, like the embedded video player on their own, just like their own
You
YouTube,
want to know what I
basically?
think would be cool is if you did interviews with
Pac-Man,
like
that's
teams
insane.
from like
Yo,
eras. Like let's say
like Pac-Man.
like you
Pac-Man's in my chat right now. Pac-Man, you want to be episode 1?
like if you somehow could get a hold of like either most of the team or an entire team. Like let's say you got rid of or got a hold of like Pack, Fear or not Fear, Moho, like somehow like Choppy somehow, like whatever. Like you get a hold of them and then interview them. But you'd have to like do prep work for like questions and shit or just like and start the conversation. And then you could do it with like multiple teams from different eras of COD. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, people ask me about my ring all the time, and I'm like, it's in storage somewhere. My mom put it somewhere. I don't know. I think my MLG Dallas trophies in storage as well. I need to get those.
Yeah, all of my stuff's in North Carolina.
How many trophies do you have? Like physical trophies for your like do you have it in your stuff?
Um, truthfully, too many to count. That was basically the reason I
You're an
didn't
idiot,
bring them when
bro.
I moved. No, I'm serious. That was just so much. I left it all in North Carolina just because it was just so much. I didn't want it to get damaged, and I would have to get a bigger U-Haul if I wanted to bring it. So it was like, but I can't really remember the numbers just because we split trophies like on our Colt team. We basically would just try and shift like first tourney win, I got it. Second tourney win, Teep got it. Third tourney win, Krim got it. Fourth, Clay, and then like go in reverse order. Or if someone didn't want the trophy or whatever. Um, I know Damon got screwed on one because it was like the one that he was supposed to get was like the lamest trophy ever. They gave like the smallest trophy.
I
Krim
have
technically got the authentic champs check, but
yeah.
like they sent you the PSD file that you could take to like any print shop and they would just print you out
Yeah,
the
I have the authentic BO2 one and I have the or MLG Dallas trophy. But I mean, I didn't really keep anything from like other events like UMGs and shit. Like I didn't care
Yeah,
enough.
UMG did have a lackluster trophy. Um, I would say I don't know how much those cost though, but I actually missed the MLG trophies. I thought those were so cool. Even like cuz they were pretty consistent. 2011, 2013, like cuz it was a StarCraft and
Yeah.
Halo. They were the same for all of them. But I
I think
like
that's
their
gonna be the best part
presentation.
about DreamHack is the fact that there's so many games there. That's gonna be fun. Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I don't think it matters. DreamHack is a 3 day event, and CDL is being condensed within those 3 days, so there's not gonna be like an extra day. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it's being condensed into 3 days.
I just hope they have more than one stream. I've been complaining about that.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that because that's a lot of games. That's good. That event's gonna fucking fly by 3 days. Holy fuck.
Damon, you think if our complexity team stuck together, we would have won an AW? Like, assuming no drama, no bullshit. Like just our team, the same team in our peak.
Nah.
I'm sorry, is your name Damon?
Nah.
And chat, while you're saying no and hell nah, like, keep in mind that me, Austin, Apathy, and Doug shit on that OpTic team at the AW opener. So if you don't think me, Teep, Krim, and Damon would have done the same thing versus worse teams, then you're tripping. But that's why I asked Damon.
I remember OpTic Nation was so garbage that Damon just stopped trying. Do you remember that era of Damon where he was just running around in league matches using shit like Gung Ho and like the Akimbo LMGs and just trolling? Do you remember that?
Wait, when? Oh, when he
When
was on
Damon
Nation?
remembers,
When he was
on
waiting
Nation.
on Nate to get dropped? Yeah.
Yes, he wasn't trying in any of the matches because they were so bad. I still remember that. Nah, his streams were fucking comedy. That era of Damon was so funny where he just didn't give a fuck.
Wait, I thought his BO2 era was the best. Champs used to be the first third of the year back then. Yeah, so Champs used to be just a big marketing event for Call of Duty. It was always scheduled around like either DLC 1 or 2. I forget which one, but it was like
Midway through March.
Yeah,
it was
Champs-
midway through
Champs
the game's
was-
life cycle to like reinvigorate like hype.
Yeah, it was literally just that's how Champs started. It was just a marketing event for the DLCs of COD, which is crazy to think about.
It was still a marketing event for a while. They would just preview the new COD at every Champs. You remember that? Where they have demos and shit?
Yeah.
And then the beta would come out like close after.
Dude, I know it was a super expensive event and it cost a ton of money to do. But imagine every year like COD Champs was COD XP. Like
Yeah.
I know it can't be that, but if it was just like one massive activation of like the new COD, the championships of the old COD, all these random sponsor activations and just like COD I don't know how you
Yeah, they
phrase
don't
it,
do
but
that
just-
anymore. But
Yeah, I mean, dude,
they
had
just do
Nuketown paintball. That shit was insane.
they just do COD Next now, and it's literally just like hand-picked content creators, and they go and do a big live stream of the new game.
Did you ever go to COD Elite? I was actually too young. I was like a few months. Chris, I think you were too. Too young for the initial COD XP, which started from COD Elite. But I was teaming with TP at the time, and the way you qualified was like you had to set a record in pubs from COD Elite. It was like Domination, I think, was one of them. But like TP and Stainville were basically just playing Domination pubs on MW3 with the COD Elite tracking it. And you had to get like I think it was kills or wins or something over this like time period, and it was like hundreds and thousands of kills. But I was obviously too young to qualify. Same with Seth, same with Chris. There was a lot of us that were like 17. JCap.
Yeah, I know. It was the first $1 million tourney. It wasn't the first Champs though.
Yeah, it was the first COD XP. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of that stuff that could have been sick.
I'll be back.
Let's get it.